Hello, viewers. Today, I'm joined again by Ashley.
Yay!
And it is hatch chili season at Hy-Vee, and so I'm doing a hatch chili dish today. They come in mild or hot. We're using mild today. We don't want to spice things up too much, but we're going to stuff these with a pork filling and some black beans. Really easy recipe you can do at home. Takes about 15 minutes to prep, and then you just bake it in the oven, and bake it until it's soft and the cheese is melted if you want cheese on top of it.
Sweet! They smell really good.
So, while we weren't looking, I roasted some 2 hatch chilies, and I'm going to dice these up, and we're going to add this.
So at home, if I was going to roast those, you said I could do those in the oven?
You can do those in the oven.
Okay.
Just
throw them on a pan.
Throw them on a pan. You're probably going to want to line the bottom of it a little bit because it could get a little sticky.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Just line the bottom of a pan, turn the oven on high, and let it go.
Okay.
If they turn black, that's fine. That's perfect. And take them out of the oven. You'll put them in a bowl. You can cover them in plastic. It'll make it a little easier to peel. Let them sit. Push them to the side, and then you can prep the rest of the dish while those sit.
Okay.
So in this bowl right here, I have a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of paprika, teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of garlic powder. Really simple. We're just going to add this. I have about 2 pounds of pork. So we'll just add this to there.
Nice.
And we're going to mix this up. I'm going to put on a glove because I don't like messy hands.
I don't like messy hands.
So just make sure all your spices are incorporated evenly. If you want to add a little kick to it, you can put some cayenne pepper in there. It'll work just fine. Or you can use the hot hatch chilies as well.
Yeah, if you like something really spicy.
But we're just going to mix this up, make sure it's incorporated real nice. And I'm going to add some diced chilies to it as well. But we'll add that while it's in the pan because we're going to brown this off first because otherwise you're going to be cooking your stuffed peppers for hours. And try to get this cooked off first. So we're just going to brown it instead of just letting it sit in the pepper. If you want to add some rice to it, cook some rice off. You can add some rice for a filler, but I kind of am low carb in it, so I took the rice out. So, and that seems pretty good.
Sweet.
So we got our 2 diced chilies over here too, or not diced yet, but they will be. So I just a little slice down the center, and you're going to see a few seeds in there. If you have a sink, just wash them out into the sink. I do over here. So the seeds, if you cut them, it'll kind of make your knife go everywhere. But also, if you have the seeds in there, it'll make the dish a little bit bitter, and I don't want it to be bitter.
Oh.
So you got one cleaned. Just spread that open right there and just...
It washes out real easy.
It washes out very easy. Alright, and 2. And if you want rough chop. If you don't want them, you don't have to. I'm just going to kind of get them a little quick chop here. Just make a few quick lines, almost like you're cutting lettuce. Doesn't have to be perfect. And we're just going to preheat our skillet a little bit. There is some fat in the pork, so I'm not going to add any oil to this. So.
Okay.
I always have a wooden spoon. I like to use wooden spoons, like I was raised on using them.
Mm-hmm.
The reason we use them is they don't react with the pan. So sometimes you'll have an aluminum pan and a steel spoon, and it actually has a little chemical reaction, and it can change
the taste of stuff.
It'll change the appearance of it. Like so, if I'm cooking like a bechamel or like a thickened milk sauce, it'll turn the milk sauce gray.
Ew! Yeah, you don't want that.
Or tomatoes. Also the acid from the tomatoes will react with it. So I always use a wooden spoon. Nothing's gonna happen. So this should be heated up just a little bit. I'm just browning it, so I don't need a super hot pan, but I still got the sizzle bit, so that's good. Playing the cymbals. Gonna take those green
Today we're adding
chilies,
music to the show.
saute those in there. I also have 1 can of black beans. I'm always a fan of black beans. I think you've probably seen that I put them in a lot of things.
Yes,
it's
they're
an easy
delicious.
way to add protein.
Yep.
These have been rinsed off, of course. Just gonna turn it down just a little bit. My professional stove gets a little bit hotter than your stove at home, so things can get out of control fast. We're going to lower that down. While this is on a little bit lower heat, I'm going to prep the chilies. So, a lot of people, I'll take the stem off. I don't want to eat the stem.
Eat. Yeah, no.
A lot of people just split the chili all the way open and do that. I'm not that person. I don't make it more complicated, but I think I make it a little cleaner. So I just cut like a little door inside of it, down the middle. That way, when I eat the chili that's stuffed, it's not going everywhere on the plate. I cut it. It's contained. So I just cut a little door, and then just kind of scoop out the insides. And there's not many seeds in the hatch chilies, so.
Okay.
And then when we're ready to stuff, we just kind of stuff it all inside. So just cut a little door.
Little pathway to heaven. It tastes delicious. I can already smell it.
Yeah. And hatch chilies are super good, but you can only get them a certain season, and then they're gone. It's not like a bell pepper where they just keep them going.
Right, yeah.
Give this a stir. And then if you have, I've made honey lime cilantro sauce here on the show before. That would go really well with this, just to drizzle and top it off. When we did the black bean tacos, that sauce would be great. This is already starting to smell really good.
I know it. I am your smeller, and it smells delicious already.
So turn that up just a little bit.
Oops, just the combination of the beans and the sausage, and pepper.
And then you'll probably want to preheat your oven to about 350, 325. Kind of depends on your oven, really. But we don't want to try to cook too fast because you'll just kind of blister the outside of the pepper and you'll roast them when we really just want them to get soft.
Right.
So. So we just want to soften up the pepper because everything's going to be cooked and it'll be all good to go. And about halfway through your cooking process, add some cheese to the top, and if you want cheese, I don't know why you wouldn't.
I wouldn't want cheese. Come on.
About halfway through the cooking process, sprinkle some cheese on top, and treat yourself. Now, if you get the hot chilies, I recommend wearing gloves. Otherwise, you will know it.
Do not touch your eyes.
Yes. You will know it really fast. So I have about 6 peppers. You can half the recipe. You only use 1 pound if you want, and then just a half a teaspoon of everything. But it should all work out really well. Just kind of want to get it really minced up there. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of hard to fill.
You gotta be able to fill everything in that little tiny door that you made.
Little tiny door. A little evened out there. And the last one, best one. And you could use this recipe. You don't necessarily have to use hatch chilies. You can use the Anaheim peppers. They're really closely related. So Anaheim peppers are great too. If you just have red peppers or bell peppers, that would be great as well. But we're all ready for that. We're just going to wait for this to brown up. And then we're ready to stuff the peppers and put them in the oven. You want to let your stuffing cool down just a little bit because you're going to be using your hands. I mean, you can use a spoon and try to get in there, but hands is more effective. All right, you want to get probably a casserole dish. You could bake them just directly on the oven rack if you wanted. You could even grill them, I guess, if you wanted. Mm-hmm. I would put them on like the upper rack and indirect heat and go pretty slow on your grill, but it would also make a really nice flavor.
Mm-hmm. I love using the grill whenever I can. So
yeah, makes your house not hot.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Especially when it's like 900 degrees outside.
Yeah, this weird heat wave at the end of summer.
Yes.
Hopefully everybody's air conditioner works. All right, so we're all about browned right now. So we're going to turn this off. We're going to stick it in the cooler, let it chill for about 10 minutes, just so you don't burn your hands, because you're going to warm it right back up. All right, so we had this cool down for about 10 minutes, and the next step is just to, I will do this over the pan, but just kind of get it all the nooks and crannies and get inside there.
Sweet. Stuff those puppies.
Stuff it full.
So every single bite tastes amazing.
And then we're just going to stick this into a bottle. Can you pass me the casserole dish?
Look at me helping. I'm such a cook.
We're going to get that in there all perfect fit. And just repeat this process over and over.
And over again.
If you have leftover meat, that's all right. Make some tacos. Make a burrito,
Yeah.
Stuff some more peppers.
That'd be super good, just in a shell or,
Yeah, just make a little wrap.
Yep.
But sometimes your peppers are bigger. So these ones are a little tinier right now this year, this batch. Mm-hmm. The ones last week we had here were a lot larger, so kind of just depends.
Kind of depends on when in the season and all that.
So I might not get all my peppers in here. These ones are pretty good.
Yum. It smells really, really good.
And I'm still making a mess, trying not to make a mess.
Think of the mess you would be making if you weren't trying not to make a mess, though.
Right.
See?
Oh, the glass is always half full.
Yep. In Ashley land.
But if you don't have a box of rubber gloves in your kitchen, I recommend it. Yeah. After working in a professional kitchen for years, I'm like, and you go home and cook at home, you're like, man, I really wish I had gloves right now.
Yes. I always thought my husband was crazy for having gloves. I'm like, come on, like, don't be a wuss. But it does make life a lot easier when you're doing messy jobs or
like this right here. Like my hands are obviously a little gunked up. And also, this might still be a little warm. It's a little protective barrier too for that, for a little heat.
Yeah, I mean, I can still see a little steam coming off the pan, so. Better safe than sorry.
Right? So I have a lot left over, which is perfectly fine, because I'll just make more.
Yep.
So we're going to put these in the oven, about 325, maybe about 20-25 minutes, till just the peppers start to get soft. And then I'm going to add some cheese to it, and then it's going to come out gorgeous.
Amazing! It smells delicious.
Now we'll be right back.
All right.
All right, so it's been about 25 minutes in the oven. I added some cheese, and I got the cheese nice
Oh,
and
it
crispy,
smells
bubbly.
so good, you guys.
I like caramelized cheese. So,
Yum.
So you can serve these as an entree if you want, appetizers. You can just, I mean, I have enough feeling I could have made a ton of them and just put them at appetizers at a picnic or something.
Right, yeah.
So I'm just gonna put a few on the plate here. Ooh, almost lost
hot.
it. Almost lost it. And here I have sour cream in a squirt bottle. Like, squirt bottles cost like 90 cents in the store, you know, and they're wonderful. So,
Oh, look how pretty it makes it.
and just a little bit of green onion on there because I like green onion. If you want cilantro, put some cilantro on there. But I mean, the squirt bottle makes everything pretty, right?
It does. Instead of a big glob, it's so pretty.
So check that out
Yum.
and enjoy that.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
It's time for an update from the Not So Late Show with Austin, brought to you by Unity Point Health.
Listen up, everyone. I've got some news. Things are still kind of crazy out there, and the pandemic is still going on. And it's hard to keep people healthy. And right now, things are really tough for healthcare workers. There are a lot of people needing help with their health. They are working very hard. They're tired. And they are working extra shifts. Well, that would be like when you just get right out of school. You have to go back and do it all over again. Ugh. So there's something you need to know. It's time to be kind. Healthcare workers are doing the best they can to help you. They just need your help too. Take care of yourself however you can with your vaccinations and your healthy habits. But if you get sick, go see your doctor. If you have to wait, be patient. Be a patient patient. They're real people just like you. And do you know why they're working so hard? For you. So show them a little love, or at least a little bit of kindness. That's one way we can all feel better. Okay, that's all I've got, everyone. Stay safe out there and remember to be kind to healthcare workers.
This has been a special update from the Not So Late Show with Austin. Good night. We'll see you next time.
Here at Totem Muscatine, we believe it's important to be strong supporters of our local community.
And that's why we donate thousands upon thousands of dollars to local Muscatine charities each year.
It's the reason why all of our employees are local to the area and have a vested interest in our community.
Even Daisy and Dilly keep it local by visiting the local dog park.
So remember, when you shop Totem Muscatine, you're not only sure to get great service, but you're here also supporting local.